So we woke up this morning in Medellin, and then we went to this little local airport, got on a tiny airplane, flew into Bahia Solano, which was kind of like stepping into a time machine. You know, we got off the plane, there's like this little village on the ocean. It looks like it's from like 60 years ago. And we got in a boat from there and went a 2-hour drive in the ocean. And I'm thinking like, we're gonna get to like, be like in the middle of nowhere, sleeping on the ground under like a lean-to or something. And we get here and there's like this awesome resort with these bitchin' bungalows, and we get in the boat the same day, and we come out here and we weren't catching a whole lot at first. We're out here at midday, and then all of a sudden it got kind of crazy. We caught two nice yellowfin off the back, and we tied the popper on, came up here to the rocks, caught a Cubera snapper on the popper. I mean, this is a half a day of fishing, and everything that's happened has happened within 200 yards of shore. Yellowfin tuna. Oh yeah, and I hooked a sailfish on a crystal minnow. Forgot about that. This is the first half of the first day.
Right now we are in the region of the Chocó, in the Pacific coast next to Panama. The Darien Lodge is the most remote place. We are in the last town of Colombia. The name is Punta Ardita. You only can come here in boats or plane. Something that I think that is very, very cool, and I really like it from the fishing here. You can be casting popper for cuberas, and you just turn your head and there is a sailfish there. So you try for sailfish next to the rocks that you are casting for cubera.
Rigging this for a popper rod to try and go throw some of these mag poppers and maybe a mag darter, maybe a twitch bait. So I've got pretty heavy line on here. As we know, we're chasing some big animals in shallow water, and you got to be able to put the boot heels to them. This is the 65-pound Yo-Zuri super braid, and we're connecting this to the 80-pound super fluoro. Very abrasion resistant, both the braid and the fluoro, which is what we're gonna need here as we're going out throwing lures at some giant fish. And as soon as they eat that lure, the very first thing they're gonna do is try and rock us up. So you gotta really be able to put the boot heels to them. You gotta be able to stop these fish. And if they do get in the rocks, you need a line that's very abrasion resistant and will, you know, hopefully survive him moving up and down in and out of those caves. That's the idea. Pull till it hurts. How far back you go? About 30 meters? When we're looking for where to troll, you know, there's a number of things you look for. You're looking for bait, you're looking for birds. You know, if you've identified structure or you're offshore looking for billfish, you might be looking for bottom contours, even if you're in thousands of feet of water. But one of the easiest things to identify is a big, giant trash line like we're on now. These trash lines in the fall will hold tons of big mahi, but they also attract sails and wahoo. You know, this pelagics are here. The bait is hiding up in that trash. So this big pelagics are gonna come in here and feed off of that stuff. So anytime you see a big trash line year round, it's always a good place to throw out a couple of Yo-Zuris and troll. That's why we trolled them. Double Yo-Zuri hookup. I got the mag darter, and they got the Bonita over there. We're working on them. Took a lot of line from us. Oh yeah, yellowfin. Bichero. Oh, no, mag darter, baby. So we haven't had much luck. We're trying to catch these Cubera, but man, there's bait everywhere. I was like, man, what are we doing? We need to have lures in the water when we're moving. So we threw a mag darter out on one side, the Bonita out on the other, and boom, boom, double hookup, beautiful. Tuna coast, baby. Man, that mag popper cast a mile. Didn't cast so easy. When I'm fishing a popper, I'm really targeting the Cubera. Sometimes I actually lighten up on the action too. I slow it down, I leave longer pauses, and I take these like softer pops. You don't necessarily always have to create that giant rooster tail that you want with when you're fishing for roosters or tuna. And sometimes, you know, the snapper tend to be a little more skittish, a little more shy. So sometimes that softer action will get the big hit. You know, you get in your head, you like, they call it the fish of 1,000 casts. So you want to make 1,000 casts and get your fish. Well, sometimes if you can present that lure better, you can get them in 100 casts. Go. Snapper, there he is, there he is. Come here. You're good, I'm good, man. I got this fish, don't worry, tranquilo. Ya está hecho. It's a small one. So I threw that mag popper out there, working it in slowly for the snapper. Boom, something came up and hit it, and I could look, and I was able to see there was a snapper still sitting right behind it, so I just stopped. You just let that lure sit there, let the popper sit there on the surface. Took him about 2 seconds, swallowed it, and off he went. If I put action on it, once they're on it, they'll shy off of it. With a snapper, you gotta give them a chance to eat. It works. Check this out, guys. We got bait out here. We're not even a mile from shore. We were in the inshore right there. We were throwing, I had a crystal minnow tied on, light tackle. We look offshore, there's birds on the baits. We run out there. I throw the minnow out there one time, bam, sailfish hits it. Ah! And he immediately came off. Probably didn't penetrate the bill or whatever, but you know, it can happen. You know, the first sailfish I ever caught from the kayak was on one of these sardine blue crystal minnows. That's my catch everything lure, man. I fish those in the regular short bill and the deep diver too. I use the deep divers for trolling and these for casting. Catch everything in the ocean. Hopefully we can find those tuna and get some hookup shots casting the popper at the tuna. Everybody knows that Yo-Zuri makes awesome topwater lures. We've been fishing the mag popper all week and just murdering the tuna on that thing. But this is something a little different that I've had good success with. This is called the Surface Cruiser. They're so versatile because I'm able to throw this thing up in the tuna and I fish that little walk the dog slow action and it's getting killed. It's getting hammered. Ah, apparently a walk the dog works. A walk the dog action works on the tuna. Ha! Yeah, baby! But if they're not hitting that, then I can speed it up and skim it across the surface. You get a completely different kind of bite. And then if that's not working, you don't have to take it off and tie on a popper. You can just fish it like a popper and get these chugs out of it. Super versatile topwater lure. No? Man, we've caught so many tuna. We're just going through the tackle box and throwing everything we got at them. Seeing what we can't catch them on. We hadn't found anything yet. This is a brand new blackback mag darter. It's coming out in 2025, but apparently the tuna like it already in 2024. So there we go. Tuna on the crystal minnow, running about 5 miles an hour, slow trolling right through the birds, and kaboom, dinner time. Everything's been outstanding with the lodge experience. The service and staff have been wonderful. The food's incredible. I mean, just really, really. I had yellowfin tuna last night. I think it's the best tuna I've ever eaten in my life. But the real highlight of being here is you have access to this fishery, and the fishery's insane. And look, this is coming from a guy, I'm spoiled. I live in Costa Rica. I take my kayak out in front of my house every day and catch Cubera snapper and wahoo and mahi and all kinds of great fish. But this is special here. We were fishing on the inshore, catching Cubera snapper on poppers, like multiple Cubera on poppers. And then we motor up the boat and we come like a mile offshore and we're into the sailfish and the yellowfin tuna. There's wahoo that come right up onto the shore here. But if you took the 50 square miles that I fish and condensed it into like 5 square miles, it's just, and all the fish are still there. It's really an amazing fishery. And what I really enjoy about it is I come here, I'm a big Yo-Zuri fan. I've worked with their products for years, and I get to come here with a tackle box full of all of my Yo-Zuris that I would have to spend a week going to different spots and 30 miles offshore and trolling the beach. I'd have to spend a week fishing those things at home to find a use for all of them. I can use all of them in 2 hours here, man. I can throw a Bonita out the back and catch a yellowfin, and I can go half a mile over there and cast a mag popper and catch a 50-pound Cubera. I mean, it's really an incredible fishery. It's a special place. So if you guys are looking for an adventurous trip of a lifetime, come down to Colombia. Fish Colombia, fish the best, fish Yo-Zuri.
Be sure to like and subscribe because we're going to be bringing content to you on a weekly basis for both fresh and saltwater to show you the quality of our products, how to use them, and how to make yourself a better fisherman by picking up Yo-Zuri line and lures. Go and pick them up, like and subscribe, fish the best, fish Yo-Zuri.